Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Haley Schluter.
And I'm Brian Ives. Governor Cuomo is all in on the battle against heroin. That's our top story on NCC News today.
The roof of Cayuga Mall in Ithaca collapsed this morning after a wall supporting the snow-covered roof gave way. Fire crews were called in just after 8 a.m. when the roof of a luckily vacant store began to fall in. Contractors working in the space notified officials immediately. The collapsed wall also supported the Party City store, but there are no reported damages to inventory. The mall will remain closed until engineers can evaluate the structure and make sure it's safe for shoppers. Let's take a look across the U.S. now. Consumer prices are on the decline. The Labor Department announced today that the Producers' Price Index fell by nearly a full % in the last month. This means the price of goods for retailers dropped. It's likely to result in cheaper prices for all of us. Today is Exclusion Day in the state of Oregon, which means that children who are not up to date on all vaccines will not be allowed in schools, public or private, or child care facilities. Oregon has the highest rate of unvaccinated children in the United States, with 7% of all children having a non-medical exemption to immunizations. Last year, more than 5,000 students were held out of the classroom until they got vaccinated. President Obama today chose acting Secret Service Director Joe Clancy to fill the position permanently. Clancy was appointed last year to fill the position temporarily after the old director was forced out following 2 major security breaches. The Secret Service is one of the agency's Homeland Security, Jay Johnson said today, might suffer if Congress doesn't get his department a funding bill soon. Funding for the department has gotten caught up in a disagreement between the White House and Congress over immigration reform.
NATO.
Now this is a funny one. The Ithaca Tourism Bureau removed a message on its website that urged viewers to go to Florida, but not for the reason that you would think. They're eloquently worded, "Due to this ridiculously stupid weather, Ithaca invites you to visit Florida Keys this week," was taken down because it was crashing their website, but not because it had angered ski resort owners, which it did. President of Ski Resort Areas New York Incorporated, Scott Brandy, was not amused by the message and spoke out against Ithaca's tourism website, and he called the stunt misguided.
Coming up, we take a look at helpful features for life's everyday non-emergencies.
We'll give you a number to call for 24-hour support in Central New York. Stay tuned. Carnegie Mellon University, despite being well known for its prestigious computer science program, had a computer program error yesterday that sent waves of disappointment to more than 800 people. The university sent out roughly 800 acceptance letters, emails, only to follow up with an email saying that it was actually a mistake and that they had not in fact been accepted. Brutal.
February is National Heart Month. That's topping out health news this afternoon.
Sean, I hear you have a heartfelt story for us. Coming up, we tell you which cute contestant won the judges over at the Westminster Dog Show. Spoiler alert, she's a very unlikely winner.
The Westminster Dog Show had an unlikely winner last night when a 4-year-old beagle named Miss P took home the title.
The competition was held in Madison Square Garden and pitted 192 different breeds of dogs against one another with the hopes of quite literally bringing home the bacon. The Beagle's win was a shock to the gasping crowd because beagles are very rarely in the spotlight, especially when up against more regal-seeming breeds.
Dogs like the perfectly primped poodles and shampooed sheepdogs are likely winners, but an all-American classic winner like Miss P was a sure surprise.
You know what, I'm happy that this is only the second beagle that's ever won the Westminster Dog Show.
Is that so?
Isn't that a feat for beagles?
Yeah. What's your favorite breed?
I'm a Labrador girl.
Labrador?
Sure. All right, that's all we have for you today, but stay tuned for the 4:45 newscast. I'm Haley Schluter.
And I'm Brian Ives. Have a great night.